I said salute to the untouchable True School Sports Empire,
That's
taking
right, the
over
untouchable.
not only the South Florida boxing scene, but the worldwide boxing scene.
It's personal between me and you, and I'm going to do you some serious harm, you big stiff idiot.
The untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing game's been missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, I've been wanting to make a video about this guy for a long time, but I just, haven't got around to it because, been a busy year for me in boxing, and there's so many fighters to cover. Sometimes some guys get slip through the cracks, but I try to cover as many of the upcoming fighters as I can, and I think I do a good job of it. But Orestes Velazquez, let's talk about him. Orestes Velazquez, 6-0, 6 knockouts, coming to us live and direct from Cuba. And he's another fighter who I think in the not-so-distant future will be knocking on the door of some big things in the 140-pound weight class. And that's kind of crazy to think about because 140 is already such a deep division. It's already a deep division. It might be the deepest division in the entire sport of boxing. It's that damn good. So if you can just make top 30 at 140, you're a good fighter in my eyes. But as far as he's concerned, let's talk about him. This is a guy in Orestes Velazquez who's fought 4 times this year. He's made these fights count. I mean, my introduction to Orestes Velazquez came in January when he fought a guy that I'm very familiar with, Abram Martinez. Abram Martinez was a Salas-trained fighter, was the self-proclaimed hardest-hitting 140-pounder in the world. He had some good wins in his career. He had won the WBA Fede Caribe title. He had knocked out top-ranked prospect Ruben Rodriguez as the B-side. He had the fight with Luis Acorn where he dropped him. So he is a good, established fighter. His 9-0-1 that he had when he fought Velasquez is not your regular 9-0-1. He was good. And I remember I was there. That was at the Hialeah Casino, and I was there that night. And I remember, I saw him on the program. I saw him on BoxRec, and I saw that he was 2-0. I said, who the fuck is this 2-0 guy that Abram Martinez is fighting? So I went on Google. I Googled him up. Couldn't find nothing on Orestes Velazquez. There was no information at that time back in January on Orestes Velazquez, and both of them delivered a great fight. Abram Martinez scored a knockdown in the first round. Then Orestes Velazquez scored a knockdown in the first round. And then before you knew it, fight went all the way to the 8th round, and Orestes Velazquez got him up out of there in the 8th round, stopped him. It was one of the best fights I've been to all year, one of the best fights I've seen all year, whether on TV or in person. It was just always a great fight overall. So he really captured my attention that night, and since then he's went on to, after that he stopped former world champion Juan Carlos Salgado. Now, to be honest with you, I'm not going to be fooled by the promotional talk. I've been around boxing a long time. I know who Juan Carlos Salgado is. He was a guy that knocked out Jorge Linares many, many years ago and was champion and whatnot. And he's a guy that really, he's seen better days. And those better days were 10 plus years ago. So I'm not trying to discredit him, but it's a guy that he should be stopping. But it's good to have on the resume. He stopped him, and then he's won 2 other fights against a 17-7-1 guy and then a 22-1 guy. So Orestes Velazquez is doing his thing, and I truly believe in the not-so-distant future he will be in a big fight on television. Shout out to the fine folks at Box Lab Promotions that are moving his career in a great way. Right now, as it stands, at the time he's shooting this video, December 24th, 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Orestes Velazquez is the 103rd ranked fighter on BoxRec at 140. Now, just above him at 102 and 101, you got the Cowboy, Ryan Carl, guy that fought Mario Barrios, guy that, I believe if my memory serves me correct, he did beat Eddie Ramirez, or Eddie Ramirez beat him. He fought Eddie Ramirez, who was another good fighter. So Ryan Carl, that could be a fight for Orestes Velazquez. I'd love to see that fight because it wasn't so long ago that Ryan Carl was ranked in the top 15 in the WBA at 140. You got Kevin Thunderstorm Johnson, who's a prospect coming out of Las Vegas. That'd be a good fight. Just below him at 105, you got Josue Vargas, who we know he's been getting his ass beat to Kingdom Come with everybody he fights, but he's a name that could be a fight for him. And then just a little bit above those guys, at 67. If you go to 67, you got Antonio Moran, who just won the Pro Box tournament. You got a lot of guys. Juan Jose Velasquez, number 95. There's a lot of good fighters. John Fernandez, who we know fought Michelle Rivera. So there's a lot of good fighters out there for Orestes Velazquez. You got Petros Anian, who beat Subriel Matias and then lost a rematch. So there's a lot of fights out there for Orestes Velazquez, I think, to take that next step. And I think any one of those names I mentioned, whether it be Ryan Carl, Petros Anian, Juan Jose Velasquez, John Fernandez, these are all the kind of fighters that I feel, because they've all fought guys in the top 15, guys with names, guys that people know. You beat one of them, all of a sudden, you're in the mix now. So I think he's right there. But as far as him as a fighter, he's a guy that so far in his career, he has boxing skill. And I don't like, when I watch him fight, I don't necessarily think he goes looking for a knockout, but they just keep coming. And he hasn't gone the distance yet in his career. I mean, he almost won the distance when he fought Abel Martinez. They almost went the full 8 rounds, but he's been knocking everybody out. And it don't matter what style it's been so far. So just a really good fighter, a really good prospect on the rise, and a guy that I think will be in Contender really, really soon. So just remember that name, Orestes Velasquez. Check out his fight with Abel Martinez. I'll leave you guys the video to my version of that in my end screen to this video. So when you see that video towards the end of my video, just go click on it and you'll see what I mean about Orestes Velasquez. But yeah, really top fighter, a guy that I think will be a top fighter in this weight class by the end of 2023. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below about Orestes Velasquez. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just Kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care. Thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports Empire. For more great boxing content just like this video, click right here and make sure you subscribe. Much love from sunny South Florida.